On the night it happened, the palace glittered harder, as if gold could blind fate itself. Escher invited his father to the sulphur works under the pretense of inspection, of duty. Alaric came as he always did, unarmored, trusting, a king who believed his own blood could not become his executioner. But iron does not care about belief. In the depths of the factory, where heat distorted the air and the smell of sulphur wrote itself into the lungs, Escher's group emerged, faces half hidden, hands full of chains. Alaric fought only with his voice. "My son," he pleaded, "don't do this." His words floated briefly in the furnace roar, then burned away like paper. They forced him into a metal cage, bars cold as betrayal, and the lock snapped shut with a sound that echoed like a verdict. Escher stepped close, gaze steady, a prince staring at his own inheritance as if it were finally in reach. "You were loved," Alaric whispered, and the way he said it made love sound like grief. Escher gave the smallest nod, as if acknowledging a minor inconvenience. Then the cage was lifted, swinging over a mouth of sulphur fire that glowed like the underworld dreaming. The furnace sang, the factory roared, the city slept, and a good king, loved by everyone, fell into flame not as a ruler, but as a father. When Escher returned to the palace, the chandeliers still looked like stars, but the light had changed. Cliffhanger. A crown can look like sunrise, right before it becomes a curse. Escher became king the way a storm becomes king, by arriving. He sat upon the throne, gold behind him, silver beneath him, stone at his feet like kneeling mountains, and the argent-gilt palace applauded with silence. In Guild Hollow, fear spread with a polite face. Markets kept opening, music kept playing, people kept smiling, but their smiles were thin, practiced, survival-stitched. For anyone who dared to speak, Escher had one sermon: the furnace. He tied critics with rope, like coiled shame, locked dissenters into cages, weighted them with stones as if their words were crimes that needed sinking, then sent them to the sulphur works where fire did not debate, only swallowed. Soon the wise council bowed their heads, not in respect, but in self-preservation. Even the bravest swallowed their own voices until the city sounded like a library at midnight. Within the palace, Escher walked halls of gold and marble like a predator in a museum. He touched ornaments as if checking their sharpness, ran fingers along silver statues as though measuring how cold beauty could become. And then, like a twist in a nightmare, he saw her, Angela. A girl so beautiful the chandeliers looked jealous, with eyes bright as clean water and a calm that did not flinch. For the first time, Escher wanted something that could not be taken by decree. He approached her with the certainty of tyrants. "Marry me," he said, as if love were another law he could pass. Angela's voice did not tremble. "I have a boyfriend," she replied. "His name is Ethan." Escher's eyes narrowed, as if the world had dared to contradict him. "Summon him," he ordered. Cliffhanger. And in the palace of silver and gold, a single word, "No," began to glow.